Time to rank every single Pokemon because I have nothing better to do. Okay. And Facecam in this video. The tiers are peak Pokemon, makes me happy, no opinion, not a fan, and I hate this. And then unranked for some certain forms. Like I'm gonna rank like Megas and Gigantamaxes, but then there's just like some weird stuff like the different forms of Deoxys. I'm not gonna rank those. But first off, Bulbasaur. Um, Bulbasaur is my least favorite of the Kanto starters, but he's not bad. I I feel like he just makes it into the makes me happy tier, but probably will end up being at like the very bottom of it. Ivysaur, I really like Ivysaur. Hmm. Yeah, I like Ivysaur. I play Pokemon Trainer in Smash a lot, and I like Ivysaur. So Ivysaur goes there. Venusaur. Venusaur. Venusaur's kind of weird because like Ivysaur is so much better, but I feel like it's just one above Bulbasaur. Like all these guys, I'm I'm looking at this Bulbasaur. I know this is a bud and it's not supposed to have color on it, but then I see like this like nice reddish pink color on these two right next to this one with just this green, and it's kind I think he's gonna be near the top of no opinion. Also, I like the bluish green on these guys. He's just green all over. Mega Venusaur, just I like the flower on its head, and that kind of just makes it better than Venusaur. This one, oops, Gigantamax. I like how the flower droops down. I like that in the vines. So better than this, but not better than Ivysaur. Charmander, I'd put him like right there. Charmander's fine. I don't really like Charmeleon, but like not to the. I don't know, I don't have an opinion on him. You used to be down here because orange, really reddish orange, back to orange, kind of just felt weird. But I I don't know. I think now he's better than Bulbasaur. Charizard, Charizard is Charizard's cool. He's got a lot of forms. Mega Charizard X. So this one, I don't I don't know. Like I kind of I'd say just no opinion, but above Charmeleon. But the only reason is because I had Pokemon X. I mean not Pokemon X. I had Pokemon Y, and there's different megas for Charizard in each games. And I had Pokemon Y, and everybody was like, "Why do you have Pokemon Y? Mega Charizard X is so much better," and that was like their only reason for why it was better. And that kind of just made me really like Mega Charizard Y and kind of start to hate Mega Charizard X. But now that I'm looking at that, I'm like, okay, that's kind of unfair. And also looking at this Charizard, I don't really like it anymore. I used to really like it, but not anymore. Gigantamax Charizard, this guy's cool. He's got like the fire wings. I like the white on his belly instead of the tan. That's cool. Squirtle, my favorite the of the Kanto starters, because he blue turtle, and turtles are cool. War turtle, I don't really like him. It's just I don't know. It's just something. I think this weird round head shape works with Squirtle because he's happy and he's got bigger eyes. But then Wartortle, his eyes are narrowed and he's kind of like looking a little bit bad, kind of. And then I don't think it works as well. Blastoise, Blastoise is cool though. I like Blastoise. Mega Blastoise, I do not like. He's hunched over, with this big cannon on his back. I do not like it, but it's better than Wartortle. Gigantamax Blastoise, I think he's pretty cool. But all these all these cannons on the side, if they shot out, I don't think. I mean, I guess if he was surrounded by a bunch of enemies, then they'd be useful. Okay, most of the starters are probably going to end up in Makes Me Happy, unless I just really don't like them. Because like they're starters, they're iconic. I like them. Caterpie, he's kind of just there. Metapod. I wish they did a little bit more with his design, but he's not. I mean, I guess he is a Cocoon. He's like the Cocoon Pokemon, so it's it's fine. Butterfree, I do really like Butterfree. Butterfree, I think, is gonna be no, not in peak Pokemon. Butterfree's gonna be above Ivysaur though. I like the purple and the blue feet, and then the red eyes. I just think those colors go really good together. I like Butterfree. And then this Gigantamax Butterfree, looking at it, I feel like I should like it because it's got this cool green color on the wings, but I feel like that throws off the rest of the color palette. And Butterfree's so small I can barely even see it. So I'm gonna put it I'm gonna put it here. Weedle, I don't really like Weedle. Um, I just don't really like. I don't know. The colors just seem really desaturated. I like Kakuna though. Kakuna is better Cocoon than. Uh, I think Kakuna can go up here. I like how angry it looks. And Beedrill, when I was a kid, Beedrill was one of my favorites. Beedrill can go. Beedrill can go here. I When I was younger, I would probably put it in peak Pokemon and probably like my top five. I thought it was really cool. I really liked the Pokemon episode where all those Beedrill attacked Ash, but it's just kind of weak, so I was never really able to use it. Mega Beedrill I don't like because it looks very metallic, and I don't think Beedrill should look. I guess these like sharp hand parts that's fine, but then this part, the shape of it, it just looks like a robot Beedrill. Beedrill's not a robot; it's a bee. Pidgey is kind of it's like it's just a bird, but it's the just a bird. Pidgeotto, he's got more colors, but also just kind of a plain bird. And then Pidgeot is also just a plain bird I think Pidgeotto is cooler and has the better name. And then this Mega Pidgeot, I like that there's more colors, but I don't like it. I don't know. It's not like, oh, this is bad. It's kind of just there. I'm looking at it. and I feel like it just doesn't make sense. So I'm gonna put it here. Purple mouse. I like purple mouse. Purple mouse is iconic. Rattata. Raticate. I used to be like, this one's cool and it's purple, but this one just brown normal mouse, but I kind of like it now. Looks, I don't know. I want a pet Eradicate. I don't want it to bite me though. Uh, put it there. Hmm, there. Because I feel like I'm just putting a lot of them in no opinion, and there's a lot of Pokemon. I can't have strong opinions on all of them, so I don't want a ton to just end up in the no opinion because that's boring. Alolan Rattata. I'm not a fan. I liked the purple, and then they kind of just made it look more like a normal rat with mustache. And this guy, no, don't. I don't like his face. I don't like his face. It's weird and poofy. It looks like he's having like kind of like an allergic reaction, like to something. I don't know. Maybe Raticate fell in some mud, and I don't know. I don't like it. Um, Spearow, also kind of just normal bird, but not the normal bird like Pidgey. And then Fearow, kind of ugly. Um, Ekans is a snake. A lot of these Gen 1 Pokemon is they're a lot simpler. There's a lot of good ones too, but like this is Purple Snake. This is Caterpillar. So it's kind of hard to say a lot about these ones. Um, yeah, Ekans is fine. Like if I'm doing a Nuzlocke and I get an Ekans, I'm kind of like, I don't really want to use that. It's just plain poison type. And there's a lot of poison types in Gen 1. Like a lot. And so most of them are just better than Ekans, and I never really end up evolving it into Arbok. But Arbok is cool. I also like how Ekans is snake backwards and Arbok is cobra backwards. That's a fun detail. You know, I think I put Mega Charizard Y a bit too high. Move him down. Okay. Pikachu. So, hot take. I don't like Pikachu, and the reason is really stupid. When I was a kid, I would watch the Pokemon cartoon, and Ash had his Pikachu all the time, and he'd catch so many cooler Pokemon. He'd have a Goodra in the Gen 6 one. He'd have the Gen 6 one I watched the most of that's the one that I know the most. He had Goodra, Hawlucha, Noivern, and I was like, stop using Pikachu. You use Pikachu like 80% of the time. I want to see your other Pokemon actually do stuff. So then whenever he sends out his Pikachu, I would get kind of just a little bit annoyed because it was all he would ever use. And Gigantamax Pikachu, I like it because it references the Fat Pikachu, the OG Pikachu. Um, we'll put it there. Raichu. Now, I don't like Pikachu, but I really like Raichu. And Raichu is going to go up here. Not quite a peak Pokemon, but then the Alolan Raichu. I like Alolan Raichu. First Pokemon in Peak Pokemon. You know, I keep looking at Butterfree and Ivysaur, and I'm thinking, I really like these two Pokemon. A lot more than Alolan Raichu. So why are they down here? So we're moving them up. We're moving them up to Peak Pokemon. Probably not gonna stay up in the way top over here, but they're up there for now. Sandshrew. Eh, no opinion really. Sandslash. Sandslash is really cool. Then Alolan Sandshrew is the same, except I like the blue more than the yellow. And then this one, the Ice Steel. I really like how these spikes look, but I feel like they're too like jutted out in straight lines. I think that they're supposed to look like that because they're icicles, but I just think this kind of like hedgehoggy way. I don't know how to describe it. Not sticking completely straight out is just better. Nidoran. Nidoran is a Pokemon that evolves into a stronger Pokemon. And so is this one. Except I like this one more because it's screaming. And then Nidorina. Also a Pokemon that evolves into a good Pokemon. And then Nidorino. Same. And then Nidoqueen. Hmm. I just noticed something. This. How does this turn into this? Like, this is a mouse. It's got a mouse tooth. It's got whiskers. And, like, the ears are the only similarity I see. I think there's some spikes back here, though. And spikes back there. Hmm. I feel like this turning into this makes sense, and then this is a big jump. It's like a big jump. I think it's kind of supposed to be, though. I just never really noticed that before. These two are so different. Nidoking. Oops. Um, actually, Nidoking I've used in a lot of Nuzlocks because I just get a Nidoran really early on, and then Nidoking he's just so strong, and he just survives for a long time, and then and then yeah, I like Nidoking. He can go all the way up there. I think these guys got a little high. I'm gonna put them down. Okay, put the rat right there. The Kakuna there. Okay, Clefairy. Um, Clefairy's cute, but like not one of the, not one of, not like it's fine. But this one, I don't know, just something about its face, and it kind of just looks weird. Just something about it. I don't know what. Like I'm looking at this one, and then I'm looking at this one, and I think it's because the face works on this one because this is a small body, and the face takes up a whole lot. And then over here, very small face. Very small. It looks kind of weird. Vulpix. I used to really like Vulpix and Ninetales, and then the whole stone evolution thing is just, it's really annoying you using stone evolution Pokemon. Because I was like, oh, cool, a Vulpix. I got Vulpix and a Nuzlocke, and I got a Firestone. It's like, oh, it evolves as a Firestone. And this, I didn't really know about. Um, I didn't know about how, that it doesn't learn any more moves if once you give it the Firestone, and I didn't like that. But so that really it only moved Vulpix down a few spaces, and then Ninetales probably out of peak Pokemon. I feel like that's not fair though. Vulpix is really cool, but like, uh, Vulpix can go there because I really like the nine-tailed fox idea. That's cool. And then Ice Vulpix, just it's blue, and I like the color blue more than I like the color reddish brown. I guess it's like a bluish white. But and then Alolan Ninetales. You know what? I was thinking I like Ninetales better, but Alolan Ninetales goes in peak Pokemon. So then if I like Ninetales better, why isn't it up there too? So it's up there now. Jigglypuff. I used to not like Jigglypuff because I thought it was annoying in the show, and I still do think it's annoying in the show. But I really like playing Jigglypuff in Smash. So Jigglypuff can go here. Wigglytuff, one of my favorite Pokemon. It's so cute. Look at it. It's Wigglytuff. Zubat. Um, he's kind of just Zubatting. Yeah, he's just Zubatting. That's what I'm gonna call it. Geez, the more I look at these three right here, I'm just thinking this design is kind of bland. This design is just kind of the same. And then this thing keeps weirding me out with its super small face. I'm going to switch that. This can go down there. There we go. Golbat. He is a cool bat. That's all I have to say about him. I like him because I like Crobat, but Crobat is not on where we are on the list yet, so not yet. Oddish is Blueberry. So Oddish goes here. And then Gloom. I don't really like Gloom that much. There we go. Vileplume though. Vileplume is up here with Oddish. Above Nidoking. I like this big kind of umbrella-y hat flower. Paris. Um, I, d- I like Parasect. I'm disappointed that its type makes it so weak. Because I think the idea of this crab being controlled by this mushroom is really cool. Paris's eyes are weird, and it only has two little mushrooms. And it looks like, I don't know, oops. Compared to Parasect, it looks like it's bald. And I like Parasect because it's a very cool concept. I like how its eyes are just completely white and the mushroom's just completely taken over. It's just a cool idea. Hmm. Put it there. I would probably like it a lot more if its type didn't hurt it so much. I think if they made a regional form of Parasect, they should make it a bug ghost type. because like the mushroom's like controlling it, or like a grass ghost type. I think that'd be a lot cooler. Venonat. I had a toy of Venonat when I was a kid. I still have it. I'm gonna grab it. Here is Venonat, and I like it. It's got this spinny thing on its back. I think you're supposed to spin it like that, and it'll spin like a Beyblade. I don't know. But just look how cute this is. This is why I like Venonat. He's so cute. He can go here. But then Venomoth, I don't like Venomoth. He's very plain moth. There. He's got like the same eyes as Paris. Diglett, classic Gen 1 Pokemon. You know, I'm gonna put Clefairy here. Diglett can I like Dugtrio. Dugtrio. I like Dugtrio, except when I'm playing a Nuzlocke and I get arena trapped by this guy. That, very annoying. And I like how he's really fast, too. These, though, no. Get these out of here. You Clayton making it a steel type because it has hair? That's kind of weird. And the reasoning for why they have hair is it's volcanic ash? What? I think like ground fairy would have suited this better. That's steel. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Meowth, classic Pokemon. Persian. We're in the Gigantamax now. This, I saw it. I was like, what? And then I thought of that long cat meme, and I don't think Pokemon would base this. I don't think it's intentional. I don't think it's meant to be long cat meme. But it is long cat meme. This is what it is. So, but it's funny. So it doesn't. It's funny. I don't like why it's funny, but it is funny. I mean, I don't know. I like funny cats. It's not like, oh, this is funny cat, get it out of here. But I just don't like that a Pokemon is based on it. Persian is such a cool Pokemon. I like cats. I I I like its ears with the black. I wish it had a bit more, like maybe a few spots there or something, or on like the tip of the tail and then on the paws. I think that would improve its design a lot. But it's still good. Kind of like what Meowth has. Like his tail's got the brown and his paws have the brown, except like the black with the ears. I think that would be cool. Who's next? Oh, these guys. Hmm. Okay. And this one's not as bad. Its face is round. People don't like this because its face is round, but I found out that's because the cat it's based on their faces. Their face just kind of is shaped like that because their fur. So that bumps it up from down here. This little gremlin, I kind of just like that it's better than these guys, but it still doesn't go that high. I don't know why Meowth got so many, like, Meowth got regional form and so did Persian, and then it got another regional form and a new evolution Berserker back to back. And that was kind of weird. it's kind of like Slowpoke. He's got two evolutions. One of them has a Mega, and then he's got a bad regional variant. And both of his evolutions have variants. He just has so much. I don't know why. Psyduck, I used to like Psyduck, and then I used him in a playthrough, and I used him in another playthrough, and I used him in another playthrough, and I realized he's not that good. I switch him in, he he almost dies, or he does die, which sucks when I'm playing a Nuzlocke. And then I'm talking about Golduck too. He just dies, and I'd rather have like any other Gen 1 water type except for like Goldeen. And so the Gen 1 water types are really good. Like got Omanite and Gyarados, Lapras, Seadra, Horsea. And like they're water psychic. They're really fast. These guys are just better Psyduck and Golduck. Well, we'll get to them. Mankey, I really like Mankey. He is my favorite fighting type in Gen 1. You can go there. And then Primeape. I like Mankey because he's a little monkey guy. He's like a round fuzzy ball with his skinny little legs, and he's got like his ninja pose. And then this guy, his muscles, and the first I just he I don't like how thick his arms got. I liked this tiny little monkey guy, and then this guy is just huge, and this I don't know what it's called. This throbbing thingy when he gets mad. I'd watch the show as a kid, and that would gross me out. So I think he can go right there. Growlithe, he is Fire Dog. He can he can go there. Arcanine, he is better Fire Dog. He can go he can go there. Let's just move him up a bit. Hisuian Growlithe. I saw this guy in the trailer. I was like, oh, that's cute. And then I went back and looked at actual Growlithe, and I was like, I like this guy more. Better, better red, better black, better tan. Also, I don't. Also, that's fire rock type. Not a good type. But I don't dislike him. He's just gonna go down here. This Hisuian Arcanine. When I saw this guy, I was I saw him. I was like, I do not like those colors. And then a lot of other people were like, oh, he's so cool. I'm definitely going to use this guy. I would definitely use this guy on my team if he wasn't fire rock type. But this gray with this orangish red, I do not like it. It's not, it's, I'm thinking about it like, is he above Firo and Alolan Rattata? And I'm thinking, no, he's not, because I do not like that color scheme. He is probably gonna stay around the top of I hate this, but I, I really wish that they went more creative. I don't really like when a regional variant shares the type with its original. I don't really like that. And this guy, he's still a fire type, except they just added rock. They made a lot of Pokemon rock types in that, like rock, because rock is old, and Legends Arceus is back in the past. This guy, he is cool. I like him. He's not as good as the other ones, but he's not bad. This little frog guy, he is epic. Look at this little frog guy and his swirls. And this is kind of just the same, except he's mad, so he's not cute anymore. So he can go here. And then Abra. Okay. Abra makes me kind of mad. I'm doing a Nuzlocke, I get an encounter, I see an Abra, I'm like, oh, an Abra. That'll evolve into a really good psychic type, and then it teleports away. Because I always forget that it's just gonna do that, because I get excited about getting a Kadabra and an Alakazam. But I still think Abra is really cute. I think he is peak Pokemon. Oh. Kadabra. I had a Kadabra in my first Gen 2 Nuzlocke. This was also my first time playing Gen 2. And I don't think this is in the American Pokédex. I think it's in one of the Japan Pokédex entries. But it read, when Kadabra's tail falls off, it means it is ready to mate. And its tail falls off, that means it's an Alakazam now. Like, it evolves when its tail falls off, which is like, does its tail just like fall onto the ground, or does it evolve and its tail is just gone? Probably evolves and the tail is gone, but it's kind of funny to think that its tail just falls off. Also, I was playing on my 3DS and none of my friends had Pokemon Soul Silver. And so I couldn't trade with them to get an Alakazam. So I named my Kadabra. Well, this didn't really fit. I think I gave him like a normal name and then I read the Pokédex entry. But I kind of just disregarded his name, then started calling him Kadabra the Virgin. Because he could never have his tail fall off and be ready to mate because I had nobody to trade with. So that joke makes him go up here. But he ended up dying in the Nuzlocke because he never got to evolve, and I was so sad. So sad. He was like the favorite of my team. And then Alakazam, he's cool. I never really used I never got to use him in that. Abra's cute. Kadabra has funny backstory. Then Alakazam, like, I feel like since he's got neither of that, he can go right here. Mega Alakazam, I don't like it. I don't like his weird beard thingy. Like, it makes sense, but I don't really like it. Machop. Machop is a blue child that is strong. He can go right there. And the Machoke grossed me out as a kid because I thought that the red lines were his skin ripping because his muscles were so big. And that really grossed me out. But I don't know, it's just kind of weird that that's there for just him and then not Machamp. I do think he's the worst in the evolution line. But it's not. He's like just like these guys are like just out of reach of being in no opinion. But I just have the slight little bad opinion for them. Machamp, he's got 4 arms. He can go there. This one, I really like his hands, how they're like all lava-y. If this was like a Mega Evolution, I could see him becoming like firefighting just when he was a Mega Evolved. Bellsprout. No, this is Weepinbell. No, this is Bellsprout. Okay. Bellsprout, he's a funny little plant. Weepinbell is a less funny little plant. And Victory Bell is a scary plant that tried to eat James in the cartoon. Tentacool, I used to like him, and then I played Gen 3, and he became like he's I I I like his design, but just so many tentacles really holds him down. But I still really like his design. Tentacruel, he is cool, strong, water poison type, but there are too many poison types in Gen 1. So I think he can go right there. And then we'll move these guys down. And then we'll move this guy down. And then we'll move this guy down. Because they got a bit too high. Where did... There's Tentacruel. It's like, where'd he go? Okay. Geodude. Rock with arms. He is a classic. I wish he was just a pure rock type, because when you think of rock type Pokemon, you think of the Geodude line, and it turns out he's rock ground. Same with Onix. Why is he rock? I guess it makes more sense for Onix because he digs, but just I wish these guys were just pure rock type. Graveler, I don't like his forearms. And I don't know, I feel like if he didn't have these two arms here, just folded like that, I'd like him more. But also, I don't know, I think if they gave him a bigger face that also took up some of the parts where his arms are covering, I think I'd like him a lot more. And then Golem used to be another one of my favorites when I was a kid. And I kind of just never used him in a playthrough, and then I just started liking other Pokemon more. Yeah, he can go there. I like Alolan Geodude more than Geodude because these little spikes in the eyebrows and this grayer color. But this guy I do not like. He is also better than the normal Graveler, but still like kind of the same problems. You know, he can go up a choke. And then this one, why is the rock turtle guy growing a beard? It doesn't make sense. Um, you know, this makes me happy. Tears getting a lot bigger in peak Pokemon, and I kind of really want to put Venonat here. He's so cute. Look at this Venonat. He's so cool. So he can go there. Ponyta is a fire horse. That's kind of it. Rapidash is a bigger fire horse. Galarian Rapidash has... That's Ponyta. Galarian Ponyta has cool colors, and the Galarian Rapidash has cool colors, but I kind of just like normal Rapidash better because I've used it more. They're all kind of just the same. Well, like this, I have like all this just kind of the same opinions on them. Slowpoke, he is another classic. Um, he can go right there. And then Slowbro. This guy's so cool. Slowbro, he can go right there. This is supposed to be a Shelder. This is a Shelder. This is also supposed to be a shelter. This doesn't really make, I don't know, that's kind of the only little nitpick I have. This guy is funny, so he can go into makes me happy, but just at the like the bottom. This guy, lazy, 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 lazy. They made his tail yellow, they made his head yellow, and they called it a day. This guy, I like him, but not as much as this guy. I don't know. He just has purple on him, and now he's a poison type. I like how he's got that move Shell Sidearm, and this thing is on his arm, and it's like a poison gun. But I don't know. It's also just kind of lazy, but not as lazy, and I like the color purple more than yellow. Magnemite, he is Magnet. There. This guy's a bit too high. Magneton is 3 magnets. Oops. Magnets go there. Farfetch'd is a bird with a unibrow. There we go. This Farfetch'd looks cool. He's got a really big leak. He's like slightly better than just the normal Farfetch'd. Doduo. I look at this and I see a meatball with legs, 2 sticks sticking out like it's a snowman, and then 2 smaller meatballs with bird faces. I don't like that. These are the cooler meatballs, but they're not that much cooler of meatballs. Seal. Yeah, I don't really have opinion on Seal. Seal can go here. Dewgong, though, if you've seen the video where Dewgong kind of bullies me in the randomizer Nuzlocke before the Nuzlocke technically starts because I don't have Pokeballs yet. I think I picked a Bulbasaur. I can't remember. It was a while ago. We were doing a randomizer. I was like, oh, I got a Bulbasaur for my starter. I'll just pick. I feel like I wouldn't. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of boring to pick the Bulbasaur. That's not what we're talking about. Dewgong murdered my Bulbasaur, and I had to keep going back and grinding. But look at Dewgong. He's so cute. I just look at this Dewgong. He is just a plain seal. But then his face! I like him. Grimer. Pile of purple goo. That's pretty cool. Muck. A bigger, angry pile of purple goo. That's also pretty cool. Alolan Grimer. Green and yellow pile of goo. That's pretty cool. Rainbow pile of goo with rocks in it. I don't like that. They're poison dark type now, and I was kind of saying, oh, I don't really like it when they keep a same type unless they do it well. Like, let's say, oh, there's a water ground type and they turn it into a grass ground. That'd be cool if it was different enough. But I feel like these, I don't really understand what makes them a dark type, and I don't know how they would make them not a poison type. So I just think maybe you shouldn't have given them regional variants. Shelter time. Shelter. Shelter. He can go there. Cloyster. uses Shell Smash with White Herb, and it makes me sad. But I also think it's kind of funny how he's a Ghastly in there, but he's not a Ghastly. And he's also right next to Ghastly. It's like, okay, we finished designing Cloyster. Now, what should we make next? What if it didn't have its shell and it was a ghost type and it had purple smoke around it? Perfect. Great idea. Start designing that right away. I like Ghastly though. You can go there. And then Haunter has hands that don't have arms. And that's cool. So Haunter can go there. And then Gengar. Gengar is peak Pokemon. I wish he wasn't a poison type though. Same reason as Geodude. Why he is like the ghost Pokemon. You think of Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar. They are the ghost types. And they are what is supposed to be used against psychic types. Because psychic types are really overpowered before dark type got added. And so poison is weak to psychic. So you try to use Gengar against Alakazam. Gengar is supposed to be the counter to Alakazam. Alakazam is going to be faster, going to use Psychic, and probably just kill the Gengar in one hit because it's super effective because Gengar is poison type. The only reason I can understand why they are poison type is because they lick people and then the people get paralyzed, which is an electric type thing, and also lick is a ghost type move, so it barely works. I think these guys should have been pure ghost type in Gen 1, and then in Gen 2, oh, we would need to make more Pokemon dark types, like how they made some dark types, didn't they? I don't know. They made some Pokemon dark types, I think. Because there's barely any dark types in Gen 2. There's Umbreon. There's Murkrow. And then they make another weak ghost. Oh, there's Sneasel. And oh, these guys. So yeah, I think they should have made Arbok Poison Dark. Captakin's just poison. And then I think Gengar should be Ghost Dark. Make him even better against psychic types, because he's like their counter. Instead of making him weak to what he's supposed to counter. Mega Gengar is cool, but Gengar is the classic. But we'll put him right there because he's really cool. And then this, I like this. This is, I don't know. I just see Ghost with like big mouth. It's like a fun house kind of thing. It's like a fun house, haunted house, but it's actually a ghost, and you're going in its mouth, and it's gonna eat you. And that's I like that. Onix. Wish it wasn't a ground type. Makes more sense than Geodude because it digs around in the ground, so it's fine. Doesn't really affect my score. And then I learned its attack stat is like 15 or something. Really bad. I don't know exactly, but Onix's attack stat is so bad. And it doesn't have an evolution in Gen 1. It is a giant rock snake. Why is it attack stat so weak? Where did it go? I did not take my hand off the mouse. As you can see, I'm holding the mouse. Funny joke, okay. So that really puts Onix down. Because it is so weak and it shouldn't be. Can he get between the duck and the shell? Jeez, stop trying to go by the moth. Drowsy. I like him. He's a funny guy. And I'll explain why I like him while I talk about Hypno. Because Hypno, so with Kadabra, I lost the Nuzlocke a little bit after Kadabra ended up dying. And my second attempt of the Soul Silver Nuzlocke, instead of catching an Abra, I caught a Drowsy. Oops. And then he evolved into Hypno. And I just had such a funny name for this guy. I'm gonna name him Pete. And now, I don't think he's a peak Pokemon. I think if he had a creepy smile, like, I drew Hypno one time and I was like, what if I give him a creepy smile? And then it was so much better. As if he had that creepy smile, he'd be up here. I really liked my Hypno named Pete. Krabby. He is a crab. He's just a crab. Kingler. It's a crab that looks like he's like a mad scientist crab, but no, he's kind of just a weird looking crab. They're crabs. This crab has bubbles all over it, and it has a beard. I don't like when they give the Pokemon beards. Makes sense though, because the crabs blow bubbles, and I like that. So let's just put him there. Also, big crabs are cool. Voltorb, literally just a ball, but I like him. And then Electrode, I don't like him because he has a mouth and his eyes are weird. But he can go right there. Voltorb, same thing. I like this. I like the eyes, I like the lack of mouth. Once again, gave it a mouth, ruined it with the eyes. Execute. I had a Pokemon card of this guy when I was young, and I really was overthinking. How did that last egg in the back there get broken so badly? And why is the middle one not broken at all? While the other ones look like some of them look like they're gonna die, like the one in like this one right here. And is this one alive still, or is it dead? I was just really overthinking it. And I think that made me like it a bit more. And the Executor, he's great. He's almost up there in peak Pokemon. Just a little bit short. Alolan Executor, I like him, I don't like him as much. He can go right there. Cubone, nah. He is Cubone, he can go there. Marowak is cool. Marowak can go there. Alolan Marowak is very cool. Just look at this guy. You know what? He can go there. He's so cool. It's a ghost fire type. I wish there was a version of Cubone that was like this. I really like it. This is my second favorite Gen 1. Where did he go? Whoa, what just happened? Where? What? 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 This isn't my list? What did I do? Okay, we're back. Where is Hitmonlee? I'm gonna look for Hitmonlee through all this quick, and I'll be back. I found him. He said no opinion. It's not true, because what I was about to say, second favorite fighting type of Gen 1. He can go there, about to kick Abra in the face, but Abra will just teleport. Hitmonchan is no opinion, really. Lickitung, he's got a big tongue. So that makes me like him and also not like him. So it kind of just evens out. And he can go there. Coughing. Coughing is a ball. And I don't think I would like him as much if I didn't hear his voice in the show when he went, Coughing! He just sounds just not the voice I would expect. Wheezing. I like wheezing more than coughing. Wheezing can go right here. And then Galarian wheezing. No. Get this out of here. It just doesn't really. This Pokemon confuses me. It's trying to be too many things. It's like a factory polluting the air, but then it's also got like a mustache and a top hat. And then it's a fairy type? What? It's a factory polluting the air. Why is it a fairy type? Wouldn't it be a steel type? Steel poison? Because we don't have a steel poison type. I don't think we have a steel poison type yet. And they had this opportunity of like factory poisoning the air. And they make it a fairy type. What? Doesn't make sense to me. Rhyhorn is... Whoa, what did I move? Okay. Rhyhorn, I feel like... I don't know. I forget that he's in... I just got a random memory of him being in like living in a doghouse in Gen 6. And that bumps him up a bit. Because that is funny. So he can go by the dog, except he can't because he's technically next to the dog, but also he's next to the dog, but he's not next to the dog. Rhydon is the first Pokemon ever till Pikachu, that rat, stole all the fame. He wouldn't be as good as a mascot though. Chansey is not fun to play against in competitive Pokemon, but I do like its design, so that saves it from being down here. But Blissey, once we get to Blissey, I'm just gonna give you a warning, this is where you're going. You're like, you're Chansey, except you don't have a good design. And the good design is the one thing saving Chansey. Tangela, he's just some blue vines with some feet and some eyes. And that is, I like that. Kangaskhan. I wish Kangaskhan was better. Like, just like a better Pokemon to use. Mega Kangaskhan, I don't like it because that little child creeps me out. I don't know why. I just don't like this. I think it would have been fine if this was like a pre-evolution to Kangaskhan, like if they just gave it a pre-evolution randomly. Because that's just so free. Just, why isn't the baby Kangaskhan a pre-evolution? I don't know. Horsey, I like what it turns into, but it's just a blue seahorse right now. But it'll get good. Seadra is cool. Look at Seadra. Just look how cool that is. It's cool seahorse. So Seadra. Let's move that down. Remember when these two were right next to each other? Seadra is a cool seahorse. And Goldeen is a ugly fish. And Seaking is a ugly fish, but a less ugly fish. Staryu. I want to like Staryu, but the brown and the gold and the red is not a good color scheme. But the blue and the gold and the red, that's good. I I don't like the color gold. Gold is like my least favorite color unless it is used right. And it is used right on this one, not on this one. So you, even though you cost me my 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 most recent attempt of Pokemon Fire Red Omega Rumhack Nuzlocke, because I was underleveled and I did not think you were going to be that strong. You still have a good design, and you can go right there. Mr. Mime Galarian form doesn't need to exist. There we go. And then Mr. Mime can go up here because I used to hate him, and then I started liking to hate him, and then I just started liking him. It was very weird. I think the thing that really just saved him from down there was the Detective Pikachu movie, which is weird because he's creepy in that movie. Scyther is peak Pokemon. Look how cool that guy is. I don't really need to say anything about him. Jinx is better than the meatballs. No, it isn't. What am I saying? This cat is better than the meatballs, though. Everybody hates Jinx. Well, maybe some people like Jinx, but I've never met anyone who likes Jinx. Electabuzz, one of my favorite electric types. He so cool. Look at him. And Magmar. I like Magmar. And people hate Magmar. That makes me like him a lot more. He can go right there. Pinsir. Pinsir is a cool bug type, which you don't see a lot of those, sadly. Bug type, there's so many cool bug types you could do, and then there's just stuff like this and this. This is an example of a good bug type. And where are they? These are examples of bad bug types. Bug type is either, like, for bug type, they're either, like, really cool, or they're too weak to use, or they're forgettable and bad, and you never want to use them. I don't like Mega Pinsir. The wings kind of look weird, and the eyes, like, can't really see it good, but the eyes are just crazy. Tauros, he is a bull, and they gave him 3 tails. And so a little bit lazy, but he's fine. I almost put him here, and then I looked up at this guy. Magikarp, he is a classic. But he's not a peak Pokemon. He is classic, but he can go right there. And you know what? Gyarados, though, peak Pokemon. Look at Gyarados, is just a classic. I'm saying that a lot, but like, so many Gen 1 Pokemon are classics. Like, not Venomoth or Paris and Seaking, but like Gengar, Alakazam. Where is Alak? There's Alakazam. Executor, Rattata, Slowbro, Mr. Mime. There's so many classics. Mega Gyarados. First of all, he did not need a Mega. Mega Evolution should have been given to Pokemon that were at their final evolution and still needed to be made a bit stronger. Also, they kind of just went a bit too overboard with him. I feel like it's just too much. Just too much. I like how he's not a flying type anymore. That was always kind of weird. Lapras, peak Pokemon. Everybody likes Lapras, right? If you don't like Lapras, I'm curious to know why. And then this Lapras, not as good, but he's still Lapras. He can go with the good Gigantamaxes. Ditto is just every Pokemon. Ditto is just a cool guy. Ditto's such a cool Pokemon. Eevee is a good Pokemon too because it's a normal type, but it's not like it's not a forgettable normal type like Persian and Kangaskhan and Lickitung. Because Eevee got this really cool gimmick, and then this big floof Eevee can go next to the big fat Pikachu. Where is that? Where is the Pikachu? Oh, here it is. There we go. Vaporeon, probably one of my least favorites of the evolutions. I think it's a cool concept, but it's not bad, but it's an evolution. I can't put it that low because it's still like really good. It's probably just one of my least favorites of them because this white little frill thing, it reminds me of what Poplio has, and Poplio is based on a clown. So I see this and I think of a clown. And what? Vaporeon's not a clown. Jolteon is my favorite evolution and my favorite electric type of Gen 1. Let's just put you right there. I'm gonna move these guys down. Okay. Jolteon's so cool. And then Flareon is my second favorite evolution. I think if I could have any evolution in real life, though, probably pick Flareon. Because that Pokédex entry that says it's got this really warm body heat. And Jolteon's kind of spiky. And if I pet it, I don't want to get like shocked or something. But like, this Flareon's like a cat. Flareon's like a cat. Like, and we're sitting, and then the cat comes, sits on your lap, and starts purring. And then this guy's he's like warm. It's like a blanket. It's like a heated blanket. Pokemon. Porygon is. I don't really have any. I don't have opinion on just Porygon 1. Porygon 2 I don't like, and Porygon Z I do like. Omanite, he is cute little shell guy. And this guy, I used to not like him, and then I was like, he is cool though. Why don't I like him? And from the moment on, I like him. Kabutops is a Pokemon that it's like a horseshoe crab, and that's cool. And this is like a mega horseshoe crab with scythes. And it just doesn't really work, but I don't know why. I like I like crabs. I like horseshoe crabs. Aerodactyl is a pterodactyl. Whoa. Is a pterodactyl, and that is a cool dinosaur. And this one has a weird rock beard. And I don't like Pokemon with beards. You know, I've... Okay, here we go. Add row above. I don't know, we'll just make it pink. It'll throw off the... No, wait, no, I made that one pink. Actually, yeah, that'll keep the rainbow. I was gonna say this is gonna throw off the rainbow, but... Why do they have facial? Whoa. Facial... Jeez, spell. I think that's how you spell it. I don't really care. Facial hair. There we go. Doot. Doot. Where's the crab? There we go. Who else? This guy. This one. This guy's technically got a mustache, but like those are whiskers. Sometimes it's not bad. Like this, it kind of looks like a beard, but it's not like, oh, that is a beard. It's a fluffy cat made of metal. Okay. I think I got all the bad ones with the facial hair. This tier, like, I feel like I don't need to make it. And then I'm thinking of some of the Pokemon that are gonna come up. Like Thievul was one example. I don't really want to go looking at these down here though right now. But I do because I want to see what other Pokemon have the facial hair. Probably missing some. Thievul was like one that I thought of. There's probably more that I just missed going through that I can't think of right now. But this is a funny tier to have. Because usually if a Pokemon has a weird looking beard or mustache, I don't like it. They got like this get like the gas. This is a rock. I don't know what this is. It's like a beard slash chest hair growing on a rock. What? These are bubbles. And this is just a beard on a Pokemon that didn't need one. Okay, we're almost done with Gen 1. I think I'm actually just gonna split this into a bunch of parts. Because this is... I actually have a lot... I didn't think I would have this much to say on certain Pokemon. Some Gigantamax Snorlax. I like that he has like a tree on him like Torterra. Snorlax peak Pokemon. He is Snorlax. What else is there to say? I think if a normal type is memorable and people really like him, I think that really just helps normal type. Like, a lot of normal types are kind of boring. Persian, he is a forgettable normal type, but I just think he's a cat. He's cool. I like cats. Ignore this and this and some others that'll get ranked on a later date. Galarian Articuno. Not as good as Articuno. That is my favorite of the legendary birds, but he's got this nice purple color and some cool goggles. Put him right there. Articuno. Like I said, favorite. of the legendary birds might be my favorite legendary or like second favorite. Rayquaza might just barely beat it. Kind of just depends on like the day. Sometimes Articuno is my favorite legendary. Sometimes Rayquaza is. But Articuno was like the first Pokemon EX card that I got. That's probably why I like it so much. This guy's a Roadrunner, and I like that. But I also don't like the color orange very much. So it's going to balance out into no opinion. Right behind the Zubat. Zapdos. I like Zapdos. He can go here. Galarian Moltres. He can go right next. I kind of just don't care equally about these ones. And then Moltres. I never really liked Moltres, and then one day I was kind of just looking at Moltres, just thinking about Moltres. I was bored or something, and I thought, it looks like a rubber chicken that's on fire. And that put it down here. Right, and not a fan. Dratini is very cute. Dratini, we'll put Dratini there, but then Dragonair loses the cute. It's too long. Dratini is cute because it is a little worm snake. Dragonair's still good, but it loses the cute. And then Dragonite. Dragonite's just, he's the classic dragon. I just got a row of the Gigantamax Pokemon that I like. Okay. Mega Mewtwo X. Why did both of the X game Megas? This is Psychic Fighting. Just Psychic. Got a type added. Where's okay. Also the Pokemon X Mega got it, instead of fire flying, it's dragon flying. I mean dragon fire, making it so much stronger. While over here, the Y Mega and the Y Mega, they don't gain any types. What is this bias? But I do not like, I don't know, it's not terrible, but Muscular Mewtwo is just kind of weird. I like Mega Mewtwo Y a bit more, but Mewtwo, he's just a classic. Mewtwo can be gate kept by Sandslash. And then Mew is cute to Mewtwo. And he can go there. Here is it so far. So a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon, they're classics, so majority, like quite a bit, made it into peak Pokemon. And then a lot made it into Make Me Happy just because they're classics. And then there's a few no opinion ones, a few that I don't like, a lot with facial hair for some reason, and then some that I don't like. But yeah, Gen 1 it's got a lot of classic good Pokemon. Thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe. Subscribe for this Venonat. Isn't he cool? Look at this. Look how cool this Venonat is. You definitely want to subscribe now. So, yeah. Bye.